Category time, player 2. The category, Monet Monet. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Put your tray in the upright position. It's time for takeoff. Suppose you've just come from the Monet exhibit. When you run into a friend who asks you what you thought of it, considering Monet's style, what would you probably say? I found his Impressionism expressive. I found his Expressionism impressive. He's one fantastic classicist. Or, his surrealism is so real. Player, Claude Monet was one of the great French painters of the Impressionist school, which was right across the street from the Exhibitionist school, which explains why a lot of Monet's early paintings were of people's naked butts. Your pick, player 2. How about it? Open wide and get ready for synchronized swim for your life. How does $2,000 sound? Put it in gear, because here we go. If Olympic officials wanted to toughen up the synchronized swimming events by holding them in heavy water, where might the Olympics be held? In the core of the Earth, in the Dead Sea, in a nuclear reactor, or in an acid rain cloud? Player 2, grab. Heavy water is like normal water, but made with a different type of hydrogen. It's used to control chain reactions in nuclear power plants. The gold medal winners would also get a lifetime subsidy for their chemotherapy treatments. You have the honors, player 2. This little number's known as a good beat and easy to dance to if you're old, and it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Let's see how you handle this one.
Saturday, 9 p.m. on ABC. Tonight, our metallic band leader makes beautiful music with a radioactive glow. Special guests, the Lennon Sisters.
What show is this? The Laurentium Welk Show, Solid Gold, Coltrane, or Sing Along with Magnesia? Player 1, sing along with Magnesia? No, but I hear her milk is great for an upset score. Make your move, player 2. Hey, shortcut, buzz! Of course, Lawrence Welk is the band leader, and Laurentium is a radioactive element.
And a 1, and a 2, and... Oh my God, I'm glowing!
Player 2, take your pick. Okay, give it up for From Ragas to Riches. I'm giving out $3,000 for a right answer. Hey, remember when the Beatles went off to India in their pajamas and hung out with the Maharishi? Yeah, it would have been cool to be there. Imagine participating in a jam session with the Beatles and using only traditional Indian instruments. Which of the following would you not have done? Plucked a sitar, banged a tabla, blown an avatar, or strummed a sarod? Player 2, great. An avatar is not an instrument. It's a physical manifestation in human form of a Hindu deity, which nonetheless, when blown, produces a breathy obla-di-obla-da sound. Your turn, player 2. What's it gonna be? You don't wanna blow it on number 5. May I introduce the Godfather of Souls got a brand new bag. $1,000 if you get it. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. Singer James Brown has been known as the hardest working man in show business. Between 1988 and 1991, what might have been a more appropriate nickname? The hard of hearingest man in show business, the hard sellingest man in the record business, the hardest man in the porn business, or the man doing the hardest time in prison? Take a shot. Say it loud. You're right and you're proud. In '88, James Brown was sentenced to 6 years in jail for a variety of crimes, but he managed to get out early. Even prison walls can't stop the funk. Category time. Player 2, it's your call. Now serving, Perry Mason sitting down. $2,000 for a correct answer. Think fast. If Raymond Burr's TV detective Ironside had the same qualities as old Ironsides, which scene would we most likely see? Burr bouncing cannonballs off his thighs, Burr winning the Triple Crown, Burr winning a thrilling court case, or Burr chasing his tail before sitting down? All yours. The oldest commissioned warship afloat, the USS Constitution, got its nickname Old Ironsides in the War of 1812 when British cannonballs bounced off her hull. Speaking of floating warships, want to hear Raymond Burr do a cannonball? Player 1, hit me with the category. This one likes to go by the didactic duo. This one can net you $1,000. Okay, I'm sure we're all familiar with Robin the Boy Wonder's habit of saying holy this and holy that, right? Well, let's say Robin expands his rhetoric to include spoonerisms. Which of the following would be an example of the Boy Wonder's new spoonerism gimmick? Holy chirp, 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 Batman, holy heck, Hatman, holy how, Batman, or Madam, I'm Adam. Well, you're toast. Player 2, it's yours if you want it. Onomatopoeia, wouldn't want to be ya. See, now, I could have given you some cash if you pick this. A spoonerism occurs when you exchange the first letters or syllables of two or more words, such as a boot rear float or Coley How Batman.
So stay tuned for the thrilling and sexually ambiguous episode where they run into Jenguin and the poker.
Ouch! Player 1, ante up. All right, Player 1, are you ready for the challenge? Player 2, spend some quality time with yourself on this one, because Player 1's going to take on a dis or dat. And this dis or dat question's category is, they sent my letter to a frat house. Okay, listen up. I'm going to read off 7 two-letter combinations, and for each one, I want you to tell me whether it's a letter of the Greek alphabet or a U.S. postal abbreviation. If the two-letter combo in front of you is a Greek letter, press 1. If it's a postal abbreviation, press 2. And to skip, press 4. You get 500 for each right answer, and you lose 500 for a wrong answer or one you don't get to. Okay, can I have 30 seconds on the clock, please? Let's do it. PA, request, PI, ID, LA, NU, MU. Last one, Emma. That's all she wrote. You are a very smart person, and I want to see your new score. Yeah, that's what you want to see. Now let's see what else we got going. I wonder what Player 2's gonna pick. Renovi is number 9. This category's known as Nothing Comes Between Me and My Calvinism. $3,000 for this one. Imagine the Levi Strauss Company wanted to go a little highbrow with a new ad campaign. Given his area of expertise, what could you see in a Levi Strauss commercial for Claude Levi-Strauss jeans? Economists in corduroys, anthropologists in buttonflies, biologists in bell-bottoms, or chemists in acid-wash jeans? Let's take a look at the right answer. Anthropologists and buttonflies. Claude Levi-Strauss was the anthropologist who wrote Elementary Structures of Kinship, and his ass looked great in Levi's. Player 1, it's up to you. What's next? Oh, you're so naughty. You just picked a three-way. Okay, this is simple, but hear me out anyway. You're gonna see a three-way like this one. Go for your buzzer when you see the correct three-way member lit up. If it's the right match, you'll score. But watch out, if you're wrong, you'll lose $1,000 every time you're wrong. But don't be misled. This question may or may not have anything to do with the three-way as a group. And here we go. This lovely three-way goes by the category of... Eee! A pack of rats! And that means for this one, we've got the quintessential group of rats, Frank, Sammy, and Dean. Time to bust a move. Good luck.
Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
That's all we got. Now, let's see how you did. Player one, I wouldn't call you a stallion, but it looks like you were leading the field on this one. Let's see who's leading the game now. All right, player two, ride that wave, baby. Yes, it's time to move on now, but I'll never forget our special experience together. Whatever your name is. That's it for round one. Let's go to round two. To start off, one screw apiece. Let me pull some out here. What the hell is that? Okay, here you go. Now remember, you've all got screws, so you might as well use them. Just buzz in and hit the S key to force someone to answer the question. When else is screwing gonna be that simple? Player one, give me a category. Coming at you like the Sands Hotel, but different. You get 4,000 clams for this one. Okay, imagine this. You're traveling in the Middle East and you're desperate to find some lodging for a few nights. If you found a vacancy at a place called the Bedouin and Breakfast, what might be one of the terms you'd have to agree to? No sexual activity after sundown, location of lodging may change at any time, must accept your maid as a lifelong servant, or stealing of towels punishable by death. Take a shot, please. Bedouins are a nomadic people, so you might have to check out unexpectedly. But since you're in the Middle East, I wouldn't complain. You could be bombed out unexpectedly. Player two, give me something. The selection is that Chuck Barris on Mount Rushmore? 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Let's rock. What's the best name for a game show in which contestants trade part of their hard-earned wages for a chance to win big cash if they become ill, lose their job, or reach the age of 65? What's my line item veto? $25,000 pyramid scheme, let's make a new deal, or trickle down you go. Player two, putting a portion of your wages towards Social Security was part of FDR's New Deal program, so you be playing Let's Make a New Deal. Yeah, by the time I retire, my Social Security payments are going to be the same as getting a goat behind curtain number 3. Your pick, player two, how about it?
Swing your partner 1 and 3. A do-si-do for the big 13.
This one's called It's Not Music, It's Just Noise. Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Heads up, here it comes. If you apply the pH scale to your radio, what type of music would send it to 0? Heavy metal, acid rock, light jazz, or deep house? Player one, the pH scale measures acidity, so acid rock would rate as 0, or strongly acid.
I don't care what it rates, it's all just noise anyway.
Player one, tell me what's happening. Shake hands with Pile on Pile, and you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. So how come on Gomer Pyle USMC we never saw any secret Marine hazing rituals? I want to know. If Gomer Pyle's troop members had initiated him into the USMC by using Gomer as a bearing pile, what hazing technique would they have used on him? Would they have strapped him to the bottom of a supply truck, buried him waist deep in the ground, made him wrestle incoming recruits, or tested the accuracy of their rifles on him? Player two. In civil engineering, a bearing pile is a large column sunk into the ground to help support tall buildings. Hey, it could have been a lot worse. The Marines could have used him as a steaming pile. Category time. Player 2, it's
15th floor, lingerie, housewares, and useless trivia.
The category is Random House Blends. Get it right, I'm handing over 2K. Just step up and take a swing at this one. If the literary character Starbuck worked at the coffee chain Starbucks, what drink would probably be coffee of the day? Mocha Dick, Murder on the Orient Espresso, the Scarlet Latte, or the Kama Sumatra? The Scarlet Latte? Is that the one where the woman has to walk around with a big coffee stain on her shirt? Balls in your... Huh? Should have picked this. Starbuck is the first mate in Moby Dick, so he would try to find you a Mocha Dick.
One Mocha Dick.
There she blows! Player 1, ante up. Well, what do we have here? Croft Super Authors. Play your cards right, you win $4,000. Flex those fingers, cause here it comes. If the creators of Land of the Lost made a sequel called Land of the Lost Generation, which of these would you not see? Ernest Hemingway waving a cape at Sleestacks, Gertrude Stein buying a painting by Chaka, F. Scott Fitzgerald entering a pylon, or Nathaniel Hawthorne lecturing Grumpy? Here's what you should have picked. The Lost Generation was a group of post-World War I American writers hanging out in Europe. But Nathaniel Hawthorne wrote in the 1800s. You know his book, The Scarlet Latte. Let's have a category, Player 1.
Number 17.
Here we have, I wonder if he plays the harpo. How does $4,000 grab you? Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. If Richard Marx recorded an album devoted to the philosophies of Karl Marx, which of these songs would you definitely not hear? Religion is the opium of the people, the history of class struggles, the ballad is stronger than the bullet, or to each according to his needs? Player 1.
Here's your hat. What's your hurry?
Player, the ballad is stronger than the bullet is something Abe Lincoln said. Same era as Karl Marx, but an opposing view on the topic. I don't know about this idea for a Marxist Richard Marx album, though. If he did record it, he wouldn't be allowed to sell it. He'd only be able to give it away to those who needed it. And who needs another Richard Marx album? Player 2, take your pick. Say hello to... Uh-oh, he's a Connor. Hello, we're talking $6,000, so pay attention. So, Jimmy Connors made his money playing tennis, and Sinead O'Connor made hers singing songs. Well, for a while she did. But tell me this, how did an Ale Connor make his money in the Middle Ages? Selling imaginary beer, holding up liquor shops, testing the King's Ale for poison, or sitting in a puddle of beer? Take a shot. That's wrong, but a really bad guess. Player 1, it's yours if you want it. Bet you wish you'd pick this. An Ale Connor would sit in a beer puddle for 30 minutes. If his pants stuck to the seat, the beer had too much sugar and was thrown away. Who says college doesn't prepare you for the real world? Player 1, hit me with the category.
Step right up for question 19.
And I believe this one's called, It Ain't a Chevy Citation. You get 4,000 clams for this one. All right, listen up.
I couldn't stop this guy. He said it was an emergency.
Officer, can I help you?
Yeah, are you Mr. Cookie?
Yeah, I'm Cookie.
Mr. Cookie, I'm Officer Bruce Carter.
Oh, well, what can I do for you?
Mr. Cookie, I need to talk to you outside.
Oh, you know what? Why don't we do this? Okay, we've got Officer Bruce Carter of the Chicago Police Department here with us. Officer, what questions do you have for me?
Well, I don't really have a question. What I got is an illegally parked motor vehicle blocking an emergency exit from this facility.
Well, you should know better than to park it illegally, man.
I ran
You're
a check
cop.
on the car, Mr. Smart Guy, and it comes up belonging to you.
All right, well, why don't you give us a rundown on what the car looks like? We'll see if a player can figure out if it's my car or not.
It's a compact car manufactured by the American Motor Company, and it has an excessive amount of glass forming a type of bubble which encases the seating area.
That's great, officer, but with this game, you got to give the question some sort of a twist.
I wasn't finished. Considering Cookie's character, which of the following phrases would he most be inclined to use while driving the aforementioned vehicle? I must tangle my jumper cables? Pacer, I just met her. You go, I'll stay, or don't be such a brat.
Player 2, grab.
I just placed a parking violation on an AMC Pacer, one of them cars with the funny bubble windows.
All right, I guess that's mine.
The one with the Babes on Board bumper sticker?
Yes, that was a gift. Could I just pay you for the ticket?
Not a chance, wise guy.
Yeah, okay, gotcha. Let's move on. Your turn, player 2. What's it gonna...
Question number 20.
Okay, give it up for Imelda Marcos's favorite song. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. Let's see if you can wrap your head around this. According to the lyrics of Blue Suede Shoes, which of the following could you not do to the singer? Kill his dog, burn his house, step on his face, or steal his car? Nobody's going for it? Why so chicken, player 2? You've got cash to spare. Hey, audience, what do you think?
Don't be a wimp!
Player 2, it's yours. Carl Perkins' Blue Suede Shoes doesn't say anything about letting you kill his dog. Of course, that's until the first time his dog piddles on him. Your pick, player 2. How about it? Gather round, friends. It's attack time, and I got a clue for you. She makes me look good. Question is, what can she do for your score? Let's find out. Zone. Check your heart rate and I'll check the final scores. It's player 2. Well, player 2, I'd say you show player 1 who's boss. Yep, me. And I'm the one who gets to say, you don't know. Beautiful, people.